Japan is based. In case you don't use Twitter or X as it's called now, I'll kind of fill you in on what's going on. It's really good stuff. They've been implementing a lot of things like auto translate. People that post in different languages are automatically translated into English. And they've been doing a couple other things. They even made it so you could block certain regions. So, say you want to make a post on X, you could say, I don't want people in India or Europe to be able to interact with this post. What happened today or maybe yesterday is a lot of these Japanese users started going viral on the site. The reason why is because they're, as some would call, extremely racist. And others might say, oh no, they're not racist. They're just realistic. They're just telling you how it is. That's what we're going over tonight. The Japanese people are completely based, and we've known this for a long time. We'll talk about it a little bit more later in the episode, but it seems like normal people or people who I guess haven't known about it or been following this kind of stuff are just realizing it like now. And there's been a lot of positive feedback. These like American conservatives are like, oh yeah, I like these Japanese people. They like eating meat, like barbecue. They like cowboy stuff, and they don't like immigrants in their country. It's really fun stuff. I just kind of want to go through a couple of these posts and show you exactly what I'm talking about, what's going on. You have like a very strong conservative party in Japan. And Trump and the prime minister of Japan just had a meeting like last week. So she's the first female prime minister in Japan, which is cool, but she's very conservative. And the entire Japanese government is a majority like conservative government. We deal with the same kind of stuff here. It's a little bit different, but the similarities are it's like foreigners coming to the country doing not so great things. And the Japanese people are very vocal about not liking that. They don't like that. They're very vocal about that. And we'll just look at some of the posts here. And here it's like a video of shoplifters on one side, and then the other side is what the Apple Store looks like in Japan. And they're saying we don't need to lock all our things in the stores because people don't steal them. And it's like this is kind of a thing a lot of people, especially conservatives in the United States, complain about is like you can't go to CVS nowadays without having to like call an attendant to grab you deodorant because people would steal them so much. Like we live in a low trust society because people that a Japanese person would say because of black people or immigrants, but in America we say because of like criminals or underprivileged peoples, some might say. And then we even see a lot of stores closing down because of crime in the United States. So there's a lot of storefronts that are like pulling out of really bad areas. Like there are some like CVS's in New York have closed down just due to crime because like things get stolen so often. And also in I think it's like San Diego, there was like a chain that pulled out of like the downtown area like that, and solely due to crime. Like that's a real thing that happens in Japan. They kind of don't want to see that happen, and they're very vocal about it. Here, this is like another Japanese account. It says, "Hello, I am Japanese. I'm worried that black people might not be able to stop raping others." And you're just seeing a lot of of posts like this the last couple days, which is hilarious. It makes X a lot more fun. And I'm not so sure if it's true, but I did see someone posting some statistics like X is the like most used social media in Japan. Like it's the most popular one. I haven't really double checked that. There are just so many users that once you kind of step into this algorithm, like once you see one like Japanese user and you kind of interact with that post, it's the algorithm, like the Twitter algorithm, the X algorithm will push you more of those kind of users like in your feed. And it's possible there's just a lot of them, and that's kind of what's going on. It's only been about 2 days, so I don't really know yet. X is like a conservative leading social media site. And so it totally makes sense to me that if people would pick up on this stuff, especially now that they added the auto translate like to English, it totally makes sense to me that this is happening now, especially because of the prime minister's visit with Trump. Here we have Trump meeting with the prime minister of Japan. Japan has also invested a huge amount into the United States during Trump's administration. She meets with Trump the other day, and they're talking about investments and stuff. What's funny though is Trump makes a joke. He makes a Pearl Harbor joke in front of her, and everyone is like, "Wow, how terribly offensive." But then if you go and ask the Japanese people, like overall, like how do they feel about it? Like they just think it's funny. They're not offended. But anyway, it's pretty funny, and we gotta watch it.
When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay?
Trump just drops that right next to the prime minister, and she does look a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I will admit that. And that just happened last week. This is the prime minister. It's just a little bit about her. So, in the most recent elections, her party just secured a supermajority in Japan, which is like a huge thing. It basically means they're running the show in Japan right now. So the party must be doing something right. And it's also important to note that she's the first female prime minister in Japan. And so this is something that no one has probably ever even considered before. But what if the first female president in the US is actually going to end up being a conservative? And like they'd follow, we could maybe follow suit, just like Japan. Japan's like they just know, they know what's going on. They're a conservative party. Like, even the women are like big players in their party, which is very interesting. There are people like AOC or Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's run for president before, and then people are talking about maybe AOC in the next election. And and they're both Democrats. There isn't really a strong Republican candidate that's female that people are talking about, at least. But in Japan, it's different. Here, this is a really great video. It's Tyler Oliveira. He goes to Japan and basically breaks down like, why would Japanese people not like immigrants? Like, what's the problem? And it's because there, first of all, there's not a lot of them. It's like a very small thing in Japan. They don't have open borders like we do, and they're an island country, so you can't just walk there. But of that very small population of immigrants in Japan, of course, obviously, you hate to see it, but a lot of them are criminals. He covers one kind of scam that they do, and they basically do like prostitution rings, and then also if you film them in public, they get angry and they attack you. And so I just wanted to show like a minute of this video here. It's basically him getting into an altercation with an immigrant in Japan. It's just like you see in some other countries. The Japanese police are kind of scared to deal with these migrant criminals because they don't want to be labeled racist. That migrant guy like hit someone the other day, and it wasn't the first time. Like, he gets violent. If you record him or he tries to sell you something and you don't pay, like, he'll get violent. And the police don't really do anything about it because they don't want to be called a racist.
What are you doing, my friend? Who will you punch in the face today? Who are you going to punch in the face today? Are you going to assault another person today, huh? Go back into the family mart. This is the spotter hole. He's called the cops. You think you can get away with attacking people? He punches people in the face, thinks he can get away with it. How you doing? Some shit. Just walk away, just walk away then. Just walk away. Just walk away. They're attacking people, punching them in the face, pimping, you're dealing drugs. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're real fucking tough, yeah? You're real fucking tough. Pimping out women. Look, it's our friend, it's our friend. It's our friend right here. Okay. Hey.
And those claims that they were pimping out women and selling drugs are true, by the way.
He attacked. He punched our friend. He punched our friend in the face.
And then this innocent tourist trying to enjoy a drink in Kabukicho got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, and then there he goes. The migrant
In the crossfire.
punches or kicks that guy right there. And it's like, that guy, he wasn't even doing anything. He was just standing there. And he just got attacked by this guy. And it's like, you see a lot of Japanese people. I mean, keep in mind the Conservative Party is like the majority party in the country right now, and the Japanese people are straight up just like, no, we don't have to let these people like in our country. We can just say no to it. Like we don't want this, and who would want this? And that really is the video. It's kind of a shorter episode. I just wanted to talk about this before it kind of fades away. So I'm sure in a couple days it'll kind of all blow over, but it's great to see you got the cowboys and the samurai is what like X is calling it. And it's basically just like conservative Japanese people and conservative Americans just having a great time with each other on X. The most similar thing that's happened like this is when the Barbs, if you're familiar with the Barbs, so it's a fan of Nicki Minaj, like her fan base is called the Barbs. And Nicki Minaj kind of went out recently and went public as a conservative. So there was like a Barb's MAGA coalition that people were talking about. We did a short about it like a month or two ago. And this is kind of a similar thing. So it's like a coalition of American and Japanese conservatives, and it's really, really funny because they're completely unhinged, like some of their posts. So if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe, check out the channel, and we'll have more of a longer form video later this week, probably going over the BB files that Tucker covered on his paywalled subscription website in a video, but we know enough about it. We've actually partially covered it on the channel before. We'll either go over the BB files or maybe we'll do some alien stuff. There's some new alien stuff from JD Vance that dropped. Keep an eye on the channel and have a good night.